What is going on, everybody? We are here for week one of the Porsche Cup Fixed series track guides. We are at Brands Hatch GP. I'm using the Brands Hatch setup, and this is the walkthrough, and then there's a hot lap at the end, so we'll kick straight into it. Alright, so as you're coming down the front straight, you want to be as far to the left-hand side as possible. You want to brake just before the 100-metre board. It's about 110, 115 metres roughly. So you'll be 5th gear, back to 3rd gear. As you bring the car down, you want to sort of start to track away from the edge of the road a little bit. Set yourself up in the middle, because the car sort of drops in and into the corner. You want to be 3rd gear as you clip the apex. You're sort of rolling a lot more through the entry here, and then once you get to the curb, you should be on the throttle. You'll slide the car out over the back of the curb. It might be a little lift halfway through if you carry too much speed, but yeah, that's sort of the gist of it. Is you want to be at full throttle or pretty close to full throttle as you're exiting the corner. Coming up the hill, you want to brake just before the 50-metre board. I'm using the orange coping on the fence just there, so it's about 60 metres, 65 metres, somewhere around there. So I use that. 4th gear, back to 2nd. I take a bit of a strange line here. I don't know why. I just feel super comfortable to turn the car at the corner early, but I never really clip the apex. I'm sort of about a foot to 2 foot off of it, and then I turn back and I actually don't hit the apex till like right on the exit here, so just before the fence drops away on the inside. And then I square the car up, let the car track out wide, use all this side of the road. Up to 3rd gear, brake just before the 50-metre board in 3rd. Stay in 3rd gear, turn the car at the corner, clip the apex. I use quite a little bit of runoff here, so I'm about that far off the track. You can go too far, but I feel like if you get a tyre on the curb, you're okay. Anything more than that, and you seem to get an off track. So there's a fine balance there, but you want to carry as much speed through that corner as possible. Up through the gears, 3rd, up to 4th, 60 metres roughly. It's probably 50 actually. It's quite a deep corner, because what I tend to do is I overrun the entry, get the car to rotate back, and then drive it straight out the corner as aggressively as I can. So you can go 3rd or 2nd gear here. I find 2nd just gives me a little bit more bite turn in the slower part of it. So out to the outside of the corner, turn the car back at the corner, so you hitting the throttle full noise on this part of the track here. So you want to get to the inside just as the track's starting to flatten back out as it goes up the hill. So that way you're not going to push wide on the exit and end up in the sand or in that tyre bundle, which I've seen lots of people do over the years. So carry the speed out of the corner, up through the gears. Now, the end of the straight's a bit of a unique one. You're not quite enough revs to really get a good run in 6, but you're just sort of short of like cracking the limiter in 5th. So I use 6 down here just for my own sake, but you can stay in 5th depending on the exit of the corner. Will depend on where you actually get to in the gear range. So I'm braking just before the 100 metres board. It's about 115 metres, so about here. 5th gear or 6th gear, back to 4th, so just 1 gear. Lots of trail brake here. Get the car, trail the brake all the way into the corner. Get the car to rotate. This car seems to really like being trail braked. It helps with the car's rotation, and then you pick the throttle up and it tends to sort of square itself out on the exit. So up here, track yourself out to the left-hand side of the road, up to 4th gear. Same again, orange coping, just before the 50-metre board. Back 1 gear to 3rd, sorry. Now, here's pretty unique. You can actually use quite a lot of curb here. So the more curb you use on the inside, the less likely chance you have of running off into the sand on the back of this corner here. So 3rd gear, use half car over the curb. Let the car land. It won't bounce too much, but you'll feel the difference. Like, it does have a little squirm in it. Up to 4th gear. Carry the speed up the hill. same again here. So just before the 50-metre board break, I stay in 4th here, and I try and get the car over this curb quite a lot. So I'm sort of about this positioning of the car through the corner, and I'm aiming for that sort of second yellow and green box on the fence in the distance, and that's sort of my reference point to know how much room I've got as I run towards the edge of the track. So I know I've got plenty of room to carry the speed through. The car's going to land around about here. Sometimes I'll be a little bit too close to the grass and I'll sort of have to hesitate lift. But yeah, so you're sort of positioning yourself there, then you start tracking back towards the right-hand side just before the 50 metres again. Just down 1 gear to 3rd gear from 4th. Turn the car in, get as much of the curb as possible, pick the throttle up nice and early, let the car track over the back of the curb. Up to 4th. Up to 5th. Just before the 50. So I actually use the tyre bundle where it comes out, and you got the little green and white sort of check cross on the fence. That's where I'm roughly braking from 5th gear back to 3rd gear. Lots of trail brake to the apex of the corner. Get the nose to tuck in. Once it's there, pick the throttle up nice and aggressive. The car's going to push quite a lot through here. Let it track right out to the edge of the road. Up to 4th. Up to 5th, and chase yourself to the line. I stay on the right hand side and then start drifting back to the left towards the 100-metre board for the brake marker into turn 1 again.
That was 128.22. Sector 3 times okay. Sector 1 is quick. Sector 2 time is quick.
That's a lap of Brands Hatch in the Porsche Cup car, guys. I hope this helps, and we'll see you in the week.
You've just done a 127.08. Sector 3 times okay.